Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And this hashtag Movie Monday, we've got director Maciej Kawalski with us, talking his Oscar qualifying short, Atlas. Good morning, Matthew.
Hello, I'm very glad to be here, thank you.
We're grateful that you're here, so tell us a little bit about the film.
So it's a bit surreal comedy about getting unstuck. The main character, Atlas, is a catatonic patient in a psychiatric ward. And throughout the movie, he's stuck. He's a riddle. We don't know his backstory. And what I find very universal and very powerful in the movie is that during the short, he becomes unstuck, and it's shaking things up in a big way. And I think we all need that in our lives.
Have you experienced that yourself?
Oh, a lot, a lot.
Stuck a couple times, huh?
So my story is I was studying film directing and medicine at the same time, and I was stuck at this decision process for a number of years, and I couldn't let any of the two go. And it took me 4 years of struggling and doing two at the same time to finally embrace filmmaking exclusively, and this was a big break for me.
So
It was
what
big getting
was
unstuck.
the unstuck moment? What was the decision? What something happened, or was it?
Oh yeah, something happened. And so it was in the final year of medical studies, and what you get there, there was a shift on hospice ward. So you're surrounded by terminally ill patients who don't have a lot to look forward to. And there was this group of students and doctors going from bed to bed. And the head doctor asks this elderly lady, "Is there anything more we can do for you, ma'am?" And she said, "If you could just move over, because this movie is important to me." And there was a TV behind it. And I was like, wow, like this was a eureka moment to me. Would I rather make this movie or rather prescribe the pill? And to me, that was a calling. Like,
wow, that's so much more profound than most of the folks that I know who felt like organic chemistry for the third time. They're like, oh, the pre-med route's not going to work. That is so much more profound, your experience.
Yeah.
It was a big one. It was a big one, I have to tell you.
Wow.
Did you ever revisit that decision after that?
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no. Once I've embraced the path in this way, of course, I struggle as we all do, but I do not struggle with doubts whether that was a good decision or not.
So today we're talking a little bit about where we do spend our time, talent, and treasures, and how it has to come back multiplied abundantly. So what's it been like since you made that decision? And obviously you're having success, but how have you found that putting effort and energy and talent into that, how's it multiplying? How's it reflecting back in your life?
Oh, it's multiplying 100-fold, I feel, because the suffering is the name of the game in life. Like, this is what the Buddha said, and it's unescapable. And I think what makes sense is to sacrifice and suffer for the right cause, and to feel that it's coming back to you and to your loved ones and to the people around you.
This is profound. Like, will you please just say that again so the audience can hear this? It's
oh
so
gosh,
profound.
I forgot the mumbo jumbo that I just said.
It's so profound.
I didn't note it down. I'm sorry.
You were talking about how basically we're always going to have suffering. We're human beings. And if you're going to suffer anyway, you might as well suffer in what really matters to you.
Thank you for putting down the loose thoughts that I had.
It's really profound, and that's where we call Dharma in your work. It's really a reverency and giving of yourself to that, and that's what you're doing. And I know that woman, you know, from a metaphor, she's sitting in that deathbed, watching your profound work, and you're touching lives on all different areas. So it's so amazing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for putting it all together. That's another inspirational moment for me. I'll remember this one.
So what's next for you in your journey with Atlas?
I'm gonna see. It's in the Oscar race at the moment, so the next step is getting shortlisted.
So is this the first time you've been in the Oscar race? I mean,
for sure.
Incredible. That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you. And by the way, it's a short I've written when I was in the medical school. Yeah. So I wrote it on the 4th year of medical university. It was inspired by a real patient that I've encountered. So there really was a catatonic patient on a psychiatric ward I was doing a shift at. And he was a riddle. He was a real life riddle, because there you have a man who's standing motionless entire day. and nobody knows his story. And what was fascinating to me was how the entire ward, all the patients, all the other doctors, or the students, after a short time, they felt compelled to write up the story they didn't know. It's as if we cannot let other people be a blank page. And what I found really, what really stuck with me was that this person couldn't tell his story, so we wrote up his. And I think the world won't wait for us to write our story. The world will do it for us.
That's true.
That's why we have to be very adamant in writing up our story, in defining ourselves. Because if we don't, somebody else will.
Yes.
And it might not be the box we want to be put in. It might be the random
They will
box.
write you into their script.
And the Oscar goes to Matthew.
Yes, we definitely nominate you.
Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your journey and watch the film.
So you can find the film at Atlas, the short film, and I hope you're going to hear more of the movie.
I know for certainly we'll hear more of you regardless.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
for
Matthew.
Divine work.
having me.
We are Good Morning LaLa, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. All of today's interviews are available as a podcast on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming on EverTalk TV, on Apple TV, and Roku.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. You guys have a Miracle Monday, Mindful Monday. Make it happen.
Movie Monday, and be sure to check out Atlas. It's going to be a Good Morning LaLa land.